Yo, what is good, y'all? It's your boy Ty back here with another episode of Extreme Makeover My Team Edition. I do really love updating your squads, kind of seeing where you guys are at, how much MT you guys are at, what your squad's like, whether you want to save MT, spend your MT, and hopefully I can help you guys build an improved squad. That's really my goal, is to help you guys improve your squad. If you are new to the channel and have not yet, please smash the subscribe button as we're on the road to 35,000 subscribers. To be eligible in my team makeover, every single week I put out a tweet. All you gotta do is reply to that tweet to be eligible. I pick some random squads within that tweet to go over. And this first one here was sent in by Troydan. He says he has 500k to work with, but he wants to save most of it, which I totally understand. So with him saving the majority of his MT, we're just gonna make a few simple adjustments. He said his Sleepy Floyd was badged out. So if you got a player badged out, it's probably smart to keep them. He says his Sleepy and PG are both badged out. The one player here that I don't really love is Ray Allen. What does Ray Allen give you that Eric Gordon doesn't give you? And that's why I like Eric Gordon just a little bit more than Ray Allen. And for that case, I'm going to get rid of Ray Allen, move Michael Cooper right there. Okay, that's the first thing I am going to do. And then other than that, I'm not going to do a whole lot. The only other thing that I think there's really to do right now is add Steven Jackson to the lineup. If you can find a Steven Jackson that's badged out, that's what I would suggest adding, or even buying him and badging him out. He can become very, very good, very special. Now, the next thing I would look towards, I don't personally love Scalabrini. You can run him. I don't personally love him. So that's probably the next area I would look at upgrading, is that backup power forward position. Now, if you wanted to move Paul George to that backup power forward, plug in another small forward, even keep Ray Allen if you like. If you like Ray Allen more than Scalabrini, you could go with the lineup like this and definitely get away with it. Now, would I suggest this? Probably not, but if you wanted to, this is another alternative to what you're working for right now. But I would just recommend adding Steven Jackson to your lineup and saving your MT. This next squad was sent in by All About Ball on Twitter. Says he's no money spent. Hey, if you're no money spent with this type of a squad and have 300k to work with, you're moving and grooving right now. And so, looking at the starting lineup, I absolutely love it. I don't mind Draymond at center at all, because the center position right now is the weakest position in my team, and it's not even close. So the center position is super, super weak. So your starting lineup is absolutely fine, especially if you badge out Boris. He can become very, very good. Looking briefly at your bench, I think there's just a couple of adjustments that I personally would make. And there's one addition that I think is needed to really make your squad kind of how you want it to be made, in my opinion. And so here's what I'm going to do. Sam Perkins, you got to go. Like, there is no reason for Sam Perkins to even be playing. And then you have to add Giannis. And here's the reason I think you have to add Giannis, because if you add Giannis Antetokounmpo with all of his badges, if you can find a badged out one, you can't say Chris Webber's too small to play the 5, because if he is, then Giannis can shift over, guard the opponent's center, and you'll be just fine. You will just be literally just fine with Giannis guarding the opposing center. And you've got height everywhere. You got above 6'9" from small forward to power forward in your bench, and then your starting lineup is very versatile as well. So the only other thing I personally would do with this squad is I would find a way to get Darren Williams, and for me that would be by getting rid of Kyrie Irving. But I know a lot of people do like Kyrie Irving, and that's fine. If you like Kyrie Irving more than Darren Williams, that's just fine. But for me, I'm taking Darren Williams, especially for their price, over Kyrie Irving. So for me, I'm plugging in Darren Williams, but if you want to stick with Kyrie, I'm not going to argue that. It's all preference based. I like KD, I like Giannis, PG can stay. Boris, I personally like Boris until we get another better power forward, and this is the squad I would rock out with. This next squad was sent in here by Bull on Twitter. Says he has 10k to work with, so we're on a really tight budget here. But I don't mind that, because this squad already looks pretty good for a budget squad. It really, really does. Now, I don't mind Reggie Williams, but it's becoming to a point where we're getting a lot of good players. You know, we're getting a lot of good players, so I like your free players. So a guy like Kabengele, as far as a shooting big, you're not going to find much better than Kabengele right now in the game. And for his value, you're truly not. The next upgrade is Kristaps, surely, but he costs way too much. So as far as this squad, I see a lot of the MT with Darren Williams, and that's fine. I like Darren Williams enough that I think it's fine. If you wanted to, you could probably spread the wealth a little bit, because like I said, the Reggie Williams of the world, he can hold it down for a little bit longer, but it's becoming tougher and tougher. And so really what I personally would do, I love Reggie Williams, but I think we're to the point of the game where Eric Gordon is a better version of Reggie Williams, and I'm going to explain why here. the percentage of shots that Eric Gordon is going to knock down from 3 is very, very high compared to that of Reggie Williams. And you already have enough defense. You got Michael Cooper out there. So, Reggie Williams, I feel like in unlimited at least, you can get by with basically one lock. As long as you got some other guys that can play a little defense. Now, if I'm you, I might switch some guys around. So, like a Doug Crit. I just want to even these things out a little bit. So I'd probably move this around just so you get some more clamps in one spot. Because a guy like Steven Jackson can box some stuff as well. That way you're kind of running Eric Gordon. You're kind of able to hide both Eric Gordon and World Be Free. But other than that, there's not much else you can do with this squad. Obviously, eventually you're going to want to upgrade that center position. Maybe go with a Porzingis type guy. But right now, this is the squad I would go with. This next squad here was sent in by A Customs on Twitter. Says he has 380,000 MT to work with. And I just don't like his center position at all. I just don't know what he's trying to do with the center position. But the first thing I'm going to do is, Sleepy Floyd, as good as you are, you got to go for Deron Williams. You have to go. Deron Williams is a way better version of Sleepy Floyd. Plus, Sleepy Floyd still goes for quite a bit of MT. So maximize the amount of MT you can get off of that and get Deron Williams. Deron Williams is a pretty good upgrade, in my opinion, over that Sleepy Floyd card. And other than that, your 1 through 4 positions are looking good. And then you get to the center positions and you're like, what am I seeing? I don't know what I'm seeing. I really don't know. I don't know what to say to you to do, because at the center position, there's not a lot there. And so right now, I guess Willis Reed can stay. You're going to back up though. Willis Reed can stay because it's like, here's the thing. If you don't have Mikan, who else are you going to run? Bill Laimbeer? Like, it's just tough. As long as you better have range extender on Deron Williams or Stockton and be able to move around screens if you're going to run this Willis Reed card. That's all I can really say. But other than that, I like your balance in your starting lineup because you got Dominic, Giannis, as well as Stockton, Porzingis, KD. So you got some slashers, got some shooters, got some defenders. Same thing with your bench. You got Cooper with Jackson, Diaw, and then Willis Reed obviously is the next piece that you need to look to improve. Now, I'm guessing they're going to drop some sort of a shooting center this week, but just be on the lookout for that because that's the next thing you need to upgrade. This next squad here was sent in by Silver Slugger on Twitter. Says he has 800k MT to work with, which I absolutely love. So right now I'm going to build you the best squad that I think is possible to build. He doesn't have Steph Curry, so it's important to note you're not even going to be able to get Steph Curry, so there's no reason for that. And I'm not going to tell you to lock in any sets because I don't agree with that either. So we're going to build basically the best squad and just move around a few pieces here and what I think will really lead you to have the most success. So really, as far as this shooting guard position, I don't like Brandon Roy at all. To put it very mildly, I don't like Brandon Roy at all. And I'm going to tell you to go with the 2-point guard system with Bob Cousy and Deron Williams. Now, if you want to switch these guys around, if you want to run Cousy with Ginobili, all means, feel free to do so. But I think that's the first thing I would do personally if I was you. And the next thing, Manu Ginobili, between Manu Ginobili and Michael Cooper, I don't know who I prefer. For me personally, as far as the MT is concerned, I might put Michael Cooper in here. Otherwise, you can move Dominic there and run Michael Cooper here. You could get creative with it. But honestly, what I would do, with how I think Michael Cooper's release is this year, his release is straight butter. I'm telling you, Michael Cooper's release is basically an automatic green every single time, compared to Manu Ginobili's, who's not. Plus, you got to realize Cooper automatically comes with Hall of Fame clamps. Plus, if you apply some badges to Cooper as well, he is going to be lights out. So I think for your MT count, I think it's important just to get rid of Manu, get rid of Brandon Roy, pick up Michael Cooper, pick up Deron Williams, and this is really the squad that I would move and groove with. This squad here was sent in by Koi on Twitter, who says he's about to get Stephen Curry and is 200, and he has 200k. So if you get Steph Curry, that's going to help out a lot. So I'm just going to plug him in right here. And you have 200k to work with. The backup point guard position is obviously something that I'm going to focus on. You can pick up Deron Williams for what, 80,000 MT, pretty cheap there. So those two additions, your squad's already looking a lot better. The next thing is your center position. I'm going to spend another good part of your MT on KP. At this point, you're gonna have 50,000 MT remaining, but that's fine because your squad is going to hey, we'll make your squad work here. I'm going to pick up Steven Jackson right here because I think for the MT he goes for, it's going to be tough to find a better player than that. And then other than that, your squad, it's starting to come together. It's really starting to come together. And the only other thing I can think of is maybe replacing this Kerry Kittles with a guy like Doug Christie. Now, I don't know if you're going to have enough MT to do so, but that's kind of where I would lean towards. And look at your squad. This squad is a just massive improvement over where we started, but with your 200k MT, with the addition of Steph Curry, this is the squad I would rock out with. Alright, that is going to wrap it up for this week's episode of Extreme Makeover My Team Edition. Guys, I got my new face cam back, which is a big W. Now, once I move into my new house, I'm going to get the lighting right and kind of this whole background right. But for now, this is what we're working with. It's still a ton better quality than the other camera that I had been using. But I hope you guys did see your squad in this video. If not, just remember, next week will be the same thing. I hope to get in 8 to 10 of them next week. This one, I just had to cut a little bit short, guys. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.